Happy Saturday! What's up you guys? It's me, Vicky, and yeah, long time no see. Quick little disclaimer before I get started with this video. So yes, I am aware that I did not upload videos for the last, I guess, 2 weeks. I was away at sleepaway camp and they don't allow the campers to use internet. Plus I didn't have my laptop, so there really was no way at that time that I could upload it. And I actually did try to schedule it to post on like the Saturdays that I had to post, but my computer was like malfunctioning or whatever, and it really just wasn't working out. And yes, everyone else, like all the other girls, were aware of the fact that I wasn't gonna be able to upload. I'm pretty sure, actually, I know Jessica made a little like announcement in one of her videos, so thank you, Jessica, for that. Whew, now I just feel like I'm rambling. Now that that's out of the way, we can get on to today's video, which, as you guys, I'm sure you could tell, this week's theme has been Story Week. So I am going to be sharing with you guys the story of the time I met, can we just take a second, the queen of YouTube, Miss Bethany MOTA. Let us begin the story. It was a stormy Friday night. A clash of thunder and a strike of lightning blew down from the sky as a ball of tumbleweed rolled across with the wind. In all honesty, the root of the story begins on Tuesday, July 26th. So, whoa, that was loud. It's an everyday type of day. I was, you know, just watching YouTube videos non-stop because that's all I do. I stopped by a new Bethany video. I was watching one of her videos and she announced that she was going on a road trip, which I was like, oh my gosh, how cool. She announced that her first destination was gonna be in New York City, which is where I live. So I was like, oh, and this was like her first one, so I was like, excitement. She posted that video like 2 days before her actual meetup. That same day she was having her meetup, which was Tuesday, July 27th, my brother, which if you guys don't know, I have a brother, yeah, he was having his college orientation that same day, and you know, my mom had just so happened to put me on the guest list, so like I kind of had to go. I'll be honest, it didn't bother me all too much because I did actually want to go visit my brother's college because I hadn't been there before. But compared to like Bethany MOTA meetup, which was kind of like a once in a lifetime thing, I mean, I'm sure she'll have more, but you know what I mean, it's a very rare occasion. But just thinking I had plans that day with the brother's college, I was like, well, this Bethany MOTA meetup is not Bethany MOTA meetup, okay, that so random. But yeah, the meetup I just thought wasn't gonna really work out because I already have plans and it's probably gonna take all day or whatever. Lucky for me, my brother's college is in the city and his orientation just so happened to be ending around 3, which was the exact time that Beth's meetup started. So I was like, wait a second, this thing could actually work. Moving on to the day of my brother's freshman college orientation / Beth's meetup. So we went to my brother's orientation, which was fine. Bit long, not gonna lie. Kind of was like, all right, what time is it? Like, I want to go to the meetup. It ended sometime around 3, and you know, it had been a really long day. We were there, I don't know, I want to say maybe until 8. Like, it was a long orientation, so that was kind of like and my mom was really tired because I'm pretty sure she had like work the night before, and not too sure, but we were just like all really tired. Even I kind of was, but I had to meet her. And like literally, like, come on, when does she have like these meetups and things? And we were in the city, and it just literally Times Square was like 21, I remember this, it was 21 minutes away. I was like, we have to go, and we did, and I'm so happy. Like, literally, thank you, I know they're probably not watching this, but thanks Mom and Justin for like putting up with me and like my wants and things, because literally my brother was waiting in the car the whole time, and we were waiting online for hours, definitely hours. So I don't even know, and it's probably hot in there too, because like right by like, I don't know, it was like a really busy street, and there were like, I mean, it was Times Square after all, right? So it was hectic, and there were like sewers everywhere. And also for my mom for actually like waiting online, and she even got me Starbucks, which is so super cute. So insert picture here. But yes, oh my gosh, it was like, I love my family. Okay, this is just like, I'm getting happy thinking about it, like, aw, just for like a meetup, like, oh my gosh. And like, they know like I like Bethany and stuff, but like they don't even know who she is. Like, it's one thing like if everyone, like if my brother and my mom like liked her, not saying that they don't, but I mean like liked her enough to watch her videos, because they don't like watch her videos or anything, but just someone who like I kind of only watch and maybe enjoy, like they waited for that, like, you know, does that make sense? I don't know, it's just the fact that it was like something I wanted, and they like did it for me. It was nice. Okay, random random reflection, thinking about like little things people do for you. Well, it really wasn't a little thing. They like waited for a long time. It's like ridiculous, but yeah. Oh. By the way, this meetup was held in the Aeropostale in Times Square. Funny story. I thinking that like, oh my gosh, like she posted this video in like 2 days, like no one knows about it, like who's gonna like show up? Yeah, so I would like prance my way right into the store thinking like, oh my gosh, there's nobody online, like this is great. And then the security stops me. He's like, yeah, you gotta go, basically. He's like, you need a wristband. Actually, that's what he said. Which I was like, okay, like where do I get them or whatever? I mean, to be honest, I don't think I like talked to him. He's kind of intimidating. But okay, I was just like, all right, I need to find these wristbands. I exit the store and I turn around and I see these like girls with wristbands. And there's like a rope. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me just like go in the back of the line. And it was like not that many people, because they all had like wristbands. So I was like, oh, let me like get on the line. And then the security guard like goes like, oh no, you have to like go down more. And the line's over there. So I was like, okay. So I go and I see another rope. It's like another section. I'm like, okay, this is it. And then he's like, no, you have to go back to the line. I was like, okay. So I went to like the next rope. You gotta go. Next rope, you gotta go, you gotta go. Until literally there weren't like enough ropes and people were just like flooding the streets. It was insane, you guys. Like probably 2-3 blocks down. And if you guys know, New York City blocks are way long. So that was saying something. Plus it was like clumps of people. So I like literally... I was surprised that like my mom was like even allowing me to walk any further, because I mean honestly I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wait this long. But later my mom was like, no, just keep going. And I was like, what? Like I should be motivating myself. And I was like, what? Like we should switch. Like I should be the one saying no, let's stay, and like you should be the one like let's go. I was so confused, but thank God that we, you know, did end up staying online. We finally get online and I'm totally looking at my viewfinder. I noticed that, sorry. But yeah, we get online. The people in front of me don't have wristbands on, and I'm just like, okay, so they're probably waiting online to get them. And then I think I asked one of them, or one of them told me that like, oh, maybe they like are getting more or something like that. So none of them had wristbands. So basically I get online and literally it like, there were like 2 lines on a sidewalk. If this is the sidewalk, kind of like looped around, you know, so there was like a line here and a line here. I'm like using my thumbs. This probably makes no sense. I'm really sorry. I'm really bad at telling the stories. Plus this happened like way back, and I don't know. This happened a while ago, so sorry it's not like totally fresh in my memory. The line wrapped around, and then the people on one side had wristbands, and then the people on the other, which was where I was, didn't. So I was like, oh, what's going on? And then they were like, oh, they're getting more or something, like wristbands, I mean. And then so, you know, I'm just like waiting, like thinking, okay, this is gonna take an eternity, but let's see. And then we have this girl, and I don't know her name, but whoever this girl is, God bless your heart, because literally if it wasn't for this girl, I would not have gotten the chance to meet Bethany MOTA. Or rather, I may have, but it would have taken me a heck of a lot longer. So let me explain. And out of everybody online, she just happened to pick me. It was like the nicest thing. But she's like, oh, I found this like wristband on the floor. I don't know if you want it, because she knew that like people were waiting for them. And not that it really would have made the line go any faster. It's just so you at least have one. Like, because let's say like they happened to run out and maybe they had a limit. At least I just had one. I really didn't know what the whole like situation was. But bottom line, I got the wristband and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, you're so nice and everything. Like, and yeah, it was really nice. And then, so I'm waiting, I want to say 3 hours past. Just some girls like in front of me, or just like having conversation with them. You know, mom bought me Starbucks. You know, people, passerbys were just like, what are you guys waiting online for? And we're like, Bethany, they're like, who is she? So it was like, you know, just things going on. And finally, I was just like, you know what? I asked my mom, I was like, can I just like go up to the Aeropostale, just kind of like see what's going on? They still let people in the store. It's just in that one there are like 2 levels, so there's like the bottom level and then there's an escalator that takes you up to the top level, and at the top level is where they were having a meetup, but the bottom level was open to anybody who wanted to come in. And actually they were giving away little like samples of her perfume, like just like, you know, those little like things that are on paper that you find in the magazines and you rub on yourself with. So yeah, it was just like a little sample like this. It just says Bethany Noel, which is the name of her fragrance, and it says exclusively at Aeropostale. This is just like what it looks like, and let me see if I can even actually I can still kind of smell it. That's weird. Yeah, it just smells pretty good, I guess. It's like a very faint smell that's left, so I couldn't really tell, but yeah, that's that. And so yeah, you know, that was open, right? And then I was talking to one of the workers. I was like, plus also I overheard the security guard saying that she was taking a break, because after a while the line wasn't moving and I was kind of just like, what's going on? So she was taking a break or whatnot, and I was like talking to security guards about it, and they're, you know, some of them were just like, not security guards, sorry, the workers, like the actual Aeropostale store workers, and they were like, yeah, like I never like seen anything like this, like, do you, like, why do you like her? Because they, like, you know, hadn't known about her, I'm guessing, so they were just like curious, like, what's so like great about her? And I was just like saying, she's like, she makes really good videos and she's like pretty like inspirational and things like that, and they were just, you know, saying that. And also I overheard some of the security guards saying that she was like outside somewhere. I heard the security guard saying that she was like taking a break and that she was gonna come back inside. So I was thinking that, oh my gosh, like she's probably like outside somewhere. Obviously not just like sitting around, because people would probably be like attacking her. Who am I kidding? They would be attacking her, not probably. So like she probably was like in a secluded area, maybe like in a car or something, like just taking a break. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I should stay here. Like, let's say she walks in, I could like maybe snap a picture just like of her or something, just so at least I could say I saw her in person, you know? Oh my gosh, I sound like such a crazy fangirl. I'm really not. Like, I don't fangirl over people, but you know, I may as well have gotten like what I came for, just like to see her. Turns out she wasn't outside. She probably just was like upstairs in an area and then came back out, like that type of thing. But I didn't know what they were talking about, so I just like, if she comes in, I'm gonna stay here. I was talking to one of the workers, and like we were talking about like the fact I think I had like a wristband maybe. And oh, by the way, let me show you what the wristband looks like. Okay, so this is what the wristband looks like. It just says Bethany MOTA by Aeropostale, Times Square, New York, and it's just like pink, and it has like a little thing on it. And yeah, so that's the wristband, right? We're talking about how the fact that like if you had a wristband you could get in, and they were letting a new group of girls in, and basically everybody was just like running up, and like they all had wristbands on. They were running in from the line, but they were like all scattered in a way, like they were like, some were running here and there, so you know, you couldn't really tell honestly if you weren't like looking. Wow, I think you guys can already tell where this is going. So one of the I keep saying security guards, one of the workers there was just like, oh, why don't you go? And I was like, well, I'm like all the way back in the line, I just have one. She's like, no, you can go. Like, and to be honest, I don't think she really knew what she was talking about. I don't think she understood the fact that like I'm all the way like in the back of the line, and like I just stopped into the store, like I still have to wait, like, because they were, most people had wristbands, but you still have to wait, you know? But she literally was like, go, go, go. She was just like, yeah, just go in. I was like, okay. So, and also I did overhear some of the security guards saying like, no, we have to like keep a hold on them. They're running in from like all places and stuff. Better eye on them. We have to like keep a better eye on them, because some of them are just like running in like crazy, you know? So I was like, oh God, this is like my chance before they start like looking at people. I had to go. And literally my mom is waiting in line, probably wondering where the heck I am, and I talked to her later, I'll get to that part. But I'm just up there by myself, which I was like kind of bummed about. Like honestly, I think the experience would have been like 10 times better if my mom was there, just because like, I don't know, I felt like bad, like, because she had waited all this time for me, and then like I kind of ditched her in a way. But it was like such a good opportunity, because who knows, maybe, I believe it said the meetup ended at 7 or whatever, and who knows, maybe we wouldn't have gotten a chance to meet her. And by we, I guess I mean me. But I felt really bad, and to this day I still feel really bad. And I talked to her about it. She was like, it's fine, like, don't worry. And I was like, well, like, she said she would have had liked to meet her, but it's like fine. I even tried talking to one of the security guards, like explaining like my mom's like back there and she doesn't know where I am, can I please go back and get her? But she's like, no one can leave the line, because stupid security guards have no sympathy for anyone. But yeah, I mean, basically, I was up there, and, you know, the energy was great. Everyone was, like, having fun, music blasting, you know, the workers there were, like, really into it, dancing, taking selfies on selfie sticks. It was awesome. Except my mom wasn't there. Okay, basically, the people behind me were really nice, and there were two people behind me. There was a mom and her daughter or whoever, and I believe they said they came from Chicago, and I was like, oh Lord, like geez. I don't know how the conversation started, but we kind of just ended up talking about how the fact that like my mom wasn't there, and it was like really sad. And the mom there was really nice. She was like, oh, if you know, I could take like a picture for you, which they ended up having like people to take pictures with like, you know, your phone. And she was being really nice, and like she was like kind of comforting me a little bit about the fact that my mom wasn't there, because I was kind of like, oh yeah, my mom's like all the way back there and she doesn't know where I am. Probably like 20 minutes passed and I finally got to meet her, and I will insert some pictures here. It was really awesome meeting her. She was super nice, and it's just like so weird. Like the next day, well, not the next day, but the next time that I saw one of her videos, I was like, oh, I met you. But yeah, she looks the exact same like on camera, which is a good thing because she looks gorgeous. And yeah, she was really nice. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm your biggest fan. Like I literally had nothing prepared to say. Like later on in the car, my mom was like, you should have said something like unique, like, oh, you were really good on like Dancing with the Stars, because I'm sure no one said that to her, you know, or like you were my favorite person, I think something like that. I was like, oh, that would have been good. See, reasons I needed my mom there. But okay, sorry, I'm like getting a sad thing because I wish she was there. But wow, this was supposed to be a happy story, now it's turning into an emotional one. Like I literally want to cry. I feel bad, but okay, it just happened, you know. And oh my gosh, so yeah, I met her and they were really nice, and literally as soon as I met her, like, you know, they had like her whole like clothing collection up there, people were shopping, but me, because I was just like, I need to go to my mom, I ran across the streets of New York City to find my mom. And by the way, they also gave us these like pictures of her with like her signature or whatever. Yeah, and yeah, so I came up to my mom, I was like, yeah, I met her. And then she was like, oh really, like what happened? And then like I explained the whole thing to her. Yeah, but I think like definitely if, you know, my mom was there, we'd probably go like shopping a little in her clothing collection, and but we weren't able to do that because then we would have to wait on that whole line just to, like, it just really wouldn't have made sense. So yeah, that's the time of my BETHANY MOTA. It was quite a, you know, confuzzlement. It was very much a hectic impulse decision type thing, but regardless, I did meet her and it was very nice. And my mom said if she was there, she would have like taken a picture with her too. But yeah, I don't know, it's just the fact that it was like my first kind of like big like, oh, I'm meeting like a celebrity thing. Like I kind of just like wanted my mom there, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright, but to end it on a happy note, I met her and it was really exciting, and now whenever I see one of her videos, I'm like, ah, I met you. So that was really awesome. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this story, even though it kind of, I really wasn't expecting myself to get sad, but it just so happened to be that way. So real sorry if you were expecting this to be like a happy video, but anyway, I met her and it was so exciting, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. So yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week with a new one. Bye. Mwah. Even I'm confusing myself. I don't know. I really hope this makes sense. Hopefully I can edit it to make sense, but ugh. And where does the story go? I'm getting so confused. Basically, I forget. Oh, no, I don't. I remember.